Welcome to 75 Stories, a podcast created to commemorate the 75th anniversary of Normandale Lutheran Church in Edina, Minnesota.
Hi, my name is Sandy Schley, and I have been a member of Normandale Lutheran Church since the early 1980s. About that time, Ruth Oliphant was starting a boys' choir. My husband and I weren't members of the church, but I knew her husband from high school. So she called me and said, "Would your boys sing in my choir at Normandale Lutheran Church?" Well, they had experience. They were singing in a boys' choir at another church. And so I said, absolutely, they'd enjoy it. So for about 2 years, we attended two churches. And then 2 years later, we decided to join Normandale because that's where my boys had found new friendships. I served on the foundation board. And while serving on the foundation board, I also had an opportunity to learn about the Center for Healing and Wholeness. And so was instrumental in raising funds for various causes. And that's brought me even closer to the church because I've learned to know a lot of people in different walks of life. Well, after raising funds for the foundation that were dedicated to the Center for Healing and Wholeness, I then became a member of the board of the Center for Healing and Wholeness, celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. I'm also involved in a Bible study and what remains of our small group. And then I do attend second Wednesday events that are planned here at Normandale. And that's a combination of a coffee in the morning followed by a church service that includes communion and luncheon and a speaker afterward. It's a program that, what can I say, suffered from a lack of attendance after COVID, but it's building up right now, and it's really fun to see people again and to bring them together. It's been interesting to see, with attention to the senior programs, what's been accomplished here at Normandale. Our choral director, Greg, plans just beautiful services with music and chanting and prayers. And then Pastor Maria adds a devotion. And they join us. In fact, the pastoral staff comes and joins for lunch after the service is over. And seniors have started to invite others to come, from people from Normandale and people from outside of our current community. And between that program and what's happening with the Center of Healing and Wholeness, I feel like we're really reaching out into our community in a way that we haven't had the opportunity to do before. Well, I'd like to tell you about a very profound experience here at Normandale. It was during COVID, and the churches were closed. My husband, who'd had Alzheimer's for about 5 years, passed away in January of 21. And I reached out to Pastor Paul and said, "Pastor Paul," I said, "have you ever done an online or remote funeral?" He said, "No, I haven't, but I think we could." He said, "Let's give it a try, okay?" I said, "Absolutely." I said, I have family, and Dwayne had family, dispersed from Germany to the U.S. to South and Central America to Australia. I said, it would be so great if they could all be part of this. So we proceeded. And my boys, who have a lot of musical ability, decided to get involved in the music. We worked with Lauren, and the combination of these people, together with reaching out to relatives in California, in Florida, and in Kansas to do readings and to do videos in their environments, remembering Dwayne and remembering all that he had contributed. We knew it would be something he would have just loved. And so in combination with that, we decided that the memorials for would be given to the church for improving the audiovisual activities of the church.
We are so glad you joined us today here at 75 Stories. If you'd like to share your own story, please contact Christy Shepard at kshepard@normluth.org. Join us next week for another story, and share this podcast with your friends and family. We are all part of the Normandale community.